Okay. So now we're ready to list our knowns and unknowns. There's not a ton of them for this one. We know the mass is 32 kilograms. We know the acceleration is 1.7 meters per second squared. That's really all we have. Doesn't really give me anything else. So that's where we're starting. So once we get that, we need to find the net force. So F net equals MA. And in this case, the mass is 32, and A is 1.7. Now, we have to be careful. We have to be careful about directions. So we need to make sure we're plugging in the correct directions, positive or negative. Now, the way I always do it is to make the direction of motion positive. So anything that's against that, I make negative. So that means my acceleration is not 1.7. It's negative 1.7 because it's in the opposite direction of the elevator's motion. Elevator is going down, acceleration is up. So this would be negative 1.7. And when you multiply that, it was, what, negative 54.4? Is that what you all are getting? Okay. All right, that's the net force. Once you got the net force, now you're going to find what you're looking for. And what we were looking for in this problem is we were looking for the normal force, right? Yeah. So now we're going to use this other equation. We use the F net equals MA. Now we're going to use the add the forces up equation. So the forces are, so F net equals F1 plus F2. So the net force is negative 54.4. F1 we're going to call the normal force, and F2 we're going to call gravity. Now, be careful. We a lot of times make gravity negative, but it's not negative because we're calling the down direction positive. So gravity is down, so it is plus the force of gravity. How do I find the force of gravity? Well, here it is. You can always find it. You can always find the force of gravity. I suppose unless I didn't give you the mass, but I pretty much always do that. So this would be mg. Which is 319.6. Is that right? Come on, mental math. Ah, close. Close. Fn plus 313.6 equals the negative 54.4. So I would subtract the 313.6 to both sides. That gives me a normal force of 368. Okay, and let's see if this number makes sense. If we're slowing down, the upward force needs to be larger than the downward force, because that's the only way we would slow down. Gravity was 313.6. This is 368. That is larger, so therefore, yes, this answer does make sense for what we're doing. Okay? Any questions there? Perfect.